I recorded slash live streamed something, but I was bored and I said, you know what, I want to come back to y'all. And I'm gonna do a universe mode draft, a universe mode, and I'm gonna go all the way. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna record. The only reason I've been not streaming because my brothers and my cousin wanted me to play Fortnite with them, so I've been playing Fortnite with them. And then, but I'm back, and sometimes, and yeah, and also the only reason I didn't want to record because I broke my mic. But my brother was kind enough and got me a gaming headset, so I got a headset now, and this draft is gonna work. So we have three shows. We got we got Monday Night Raw, Wednesday Night NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown. It's gonna work like this: Raw is run by USA, NXT is run by USA, and Raw and SmackDown's run by Fox. So it's all that. So I did this for this draft. I put everybody's name that I want in this universe mode in a random generator, and I'm hold up, and I'm gonna put generate a name, and whatever name it chooses, that's what show it gets. So, um, yeah, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah. So let's get started. We're gonna give it to Raw, then we're gonna make it, and then it's gonna go in order: Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and it's just gonna keep going until everybody's name on my list is drafted. I might upload Raw, NXT, and SmackDown tonight. I might just keep recording episodes until I feel like going to bed. And yeah, let's get started. Let's start with Raw's first pick, and it's gonna be Raw's first pick. Is gonna. I'll say that in a minute. But let's talk about the titles before I do the before I forget things. Uh, okay. So okay. So the titles. Okay. So the shows are. It has their own titles. Raw's titles are the World Heavyweight title, this custom United States Championship. Because I like the one game, but I said, you know, I'll download the US title, and this one looked good, so it's gonna be the US title. These are the Raw Tag Team titles. These are the Raw Women's Championship, and both Raw and SmackDown have the Cruiserweight division, so drop some Cruiserweights. Those are the Raw titles. The NXT titles are the regular NXT Championship, the North American Championship, the NXT Tag Team titles, the NXT Women's title, and then the new belt, the NXT TV belt. But it's like the NXT television title, also the NXT network title. So it's like it's gonna be the NXT television, but it says NXT network, but don't mind that. SmackDown's title is the Universal title, Intercontinental title, the Tag Team titles, the Women's title, and Cruiserweight title. So that is that. But let's get into Raw's first pick, and they take for the first pick a Cruiserweight. They're taking, where is he? They get Kushida. Kushida, he's a Cruiserweight, and he's the first pick for Raw. Congratulations. So now let's go to NXT. Okay. Let's see who NXT's getting for their first pick. Okay. This is a good pick, but strange for this individual because they've been there, but in the competition phase when they had those NXT competitions, this person was there, but but they never wrestled. They wrestled on it, but in the competition phase, in but this person's gonna be a full-time wrestler there. NXT's first pick is Naomi. Naomi is going to NXT. Okay. Going to SmackDown as SmackDown's first pick. Okay. I just want to know why Fox wants him. It's a good. It's not bad, but it's not a good pick. But Fox wants him. I'm guessing they want him. They want to put him in the mid card. But going to SmackDown for the first pick is Umaga Jr., the son of Umaga. I'm guessing Fox wants him to. Maybe he might prove to SmackDown that he deserves to be the Intercontinental Champion. But we'll see. Let's go to Raw. Raw with a good pick for their second pick. I gotta remove their names, so because I have to write everybody's names that I want in this universe, and I have to erase their names so they don't get picked again. But going to Raw is Johnny Gargano. He can fight for the cruiserweights, or maybe he can fight for that U.S. title. It's up to USA Network. Okay. Let's see who NXT takes. NXT's second pick. Oh my god. Going to NXT. Someone from the indie scene. Let me remove his name. Going to NXT. The villain, Marty Scurll. Marty Scurll going to NXT. I don't know what he's gonna do over there, but he might be the first ever NXT North American champion, NXT champion, or NXT TV champion, or NXT television champion. We don't know yet. But let's see who SmackDown's second pick is. Let me go put it back on Marty. Let's see who SmackDown's second pick is. Okay. SmackDown is going for the interesting picks. Because going to SmackDown It's their first female pick, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is going to SmackDown as the second pick. I can't believe Fox wants them. I guess Fox wants to prove that anyone that goes to SmackDown might become the most top talent there. Liv Morgan might be the first SmackDown Women's Champion. You never know. But going to Raw. Oh God. Is Raw gonna be the best show that y'all gonna watch? Because going to Raw, also from the indie scene, Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi going to Raw. Kota Ibushi going to Raw. Going to NXT. Going to... Oh my God. Going to NXT is their first tag team pick in NWO. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall are going to NXT. Strange that two legends are going to NXT to join the tag division. Strange, but we might see some great things from them over there because they never wrestled on NXT. So the NWO might prove to the fans on NXT, saying, we never wrestled here, but we're still gonna dominate the tag team division. Going to SmackDown. Ooh, fast. They're gonna spice up their tag division. Going to SmackDown is the Lucha House Party. Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, and Kalisto going to SmackDown. Also, two of them can go to the tag division, and one of them could go to the Cruiserweight division. Or they all can alternate and switch. So maybe Kalisto's gonna go fight for a number one contenders match for the Cruiserweight, and then he fails, and then Lindsay Dorado can go try, and he fails, and then Grand Metalik can try, and he might win. You don't know. We'll see. Okay. And I forgot to remove their name. Going to Raw. Going to Raw. Oh my God. I think Raw is gonna be the best out of all. Out of all. So let's go to Raw. No, let's go find the person, and I'll tell you. Because Raw's next pick is the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. Okay, let me put Pete Dunne. And then I'm gonna let it generate NXT's next pick. Because Pete Dunne is going to Raw. Going to NXT. Ooh. Someone also from the indie scene, but a face that y'all never heard from because he's from EWF, an indie show from another friend of mine, another YouTuber friend named Bruce, and his name is gonna be DKT. DKT is going to NXT. Let me go ahead and let it generate SmackDowns. Okay, but DKT is going to NXT. Going to SmackDown. Oh, someone from AEW. Going to SmackDown is Pentagon Jr. Pentagon. Going to SmackDown. Okay. Let me remove his name. Going to Raw. Going to Raw is EC3. He wants to prove that he's the best, and since he's going to Raw, maybe he will fight for that U.S. title, or maybe he might not want that U.S. title. He might go for that World Heavyweight Championship. We might see EC3 as the World Heavyweight Championship material. It's up to USA Network if they're gonna put him up there, but they might make him go for the U.S. title. And if he proves that he's worthy, he might get a shot for the world title. But going to NXT, is the entire Undisputed Era. Adam Cole going to NXT. Bobby Fish going to NXT. Bobby Fish, where are you? Going to NXT. So, before they did this, before the draft happened, Undisputed Era, the people told Undisputed Era that they're gonna get drafted. They told the bad side is they might go back to NXT, and they said okay. So now they found out they're going back to NXT. What is their reaction? Maybe they're not ready to go to the main roster yet. Maybe they did find out that NXT has a new title, the NXT Television Championship. And Adam Cole hasn't held that yet. So Adam Cole might go for it. Or Roderick Strong. And they haven't held that title yet. Roderick Strong hasn't held the NXT title yet. He has held the North and Tag, but not the television and the NXT title. So maybe they're not done with NXT yet. Because Roderick and Adam have some titles that they never won before. So yeah. Let me take them out. Okay. SmackDown's next pick is someone from the indie scene. On the show, if you didn't know, on the show called NBW. He wrestled there. He is the brother of the Sinister Rated, Ronald. Ronald is going to SmackDown. So, the Sinister Rated is proud for his brother, But where will the Sinister Raider be with his brother, or will they be in separate rings? Because his brother is in the main roster. Sinister Rated could go to NXT, but we'll see. Going to Raw. Going to Raw is Oney Lorcan. Oney Lorcan, he can go for that United States title, and he could go for that Cruiserweight title. So we'll see. Oney Lorcan might be holding a title on Raw. Maybe he might be crowned the first ever champion on the first episode of Raw. Also, the Cruiserweight title will be held in a tournament. So we're gonna have like 4 finalists. No, we're gonna have like 2 finalists, and they will crown the first ever champion at the first pay-per-view. And we'll see. Maybe, or we're just gonna go ahead and crown. It's up to their Pacific brand. Okay. So we gotta get rid of Oney. Oney Lorcan. Okay. Going to NXT. Going to NXT. Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander never wrestled on NXT before. So, we'll see. He's a good pick. He can go for that television title, North American title, or even the NXT title. But we might see him as either North American or television champion. We'll see. Let me go through my phone. And let me get rid of Cedric. Going to SmackDown. Going to SmackDown. Someone from NXT now going to SmackDown. The dominant force of Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, he wrestled in an NXT last year. And he was dominating. He hasn't won any titles on NXT. But Fox said, you know what? He was dominating the NXT division. That they're bringing him to SmackDown. Maybe to conquer the division over there. Okay. Yeah, who is? Yeah, going to Raw. Going to Raw. Also, someone from EWF, from my friend Bruce's company. His name is Ross Mackey. Ross Mackey going to Raw. We'll see Ross Mackey prove to them why he's the most dominant force here in the industry. Okay. Going to NXT. Going to NXT. The legend himself. Going to NXT. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat, an interesting pick for NXT. He hasn't wrestled in NXT, so maybe this is new for him. Maybe. The only reason I wanted Ricky the Steamboat in this draft, because I want to see if he has another run in him. Does he want to prove that he's the next NXT champion? Or maybe North, or television. Or maybe he might team up with someone and go for those tag team titles. Where is Ricky Steamboat? Going to SmackDown. Going to SmackDown, the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev. Rusev going to SmackDown. Okay, I'm gonna open my door. Sorry, it's hot in my room. And I'm gonna open the door to let some air in. Okay. Let me get rid of his name. Rusev. Okay. Going to Raw. Going to Raw, someone from TNA, their first female pick, Tara Valkyrie. She's from TNA, and she's gonna go to Raw. So, she's going for that Raw Women's title. We'll see if she has what it takes to be the first ever Raw Women's Champion. Let me get rid of her. Going to NXT. Going to NXT. Dana Brooke. Where she's doing Dana Brooke, going to NXT. Maybe she can prove to us in NXT that she will be the women's champion. Maybe Dana Brooke will be the first ever women's champion. And when she's done, when she hits that Brooke driver, it might be over for her opponent. Or maybe Dana Brooke will be the receiving end of getting hit with a finisher maneuver right onto that mat, and might be the one that's getting pinned. Maybe. But let's get rid of Dana Brooke. Going to SmackDown. Going to SmackDown, Drew Gulak, a cruiserweight. Also, he could go in the mid card and get the Intercontinental title. But most likely, Fox might put him in the cruiserweight tournament to get the cruiserweight title at the first pay-per-view that they haven't decided yet. Also, Takeover will be every 2 months. So on the second month, it will be NXT Takeover month. A Takeover pay-per-view. Let's get rid of Drew Gulak. Going to Raw. Going to Raw is a brute force currently today. Going to Raw is Tamina. Tamina going to Raw. Going to NXT. Okay. Going to NXT is it is Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville going to NXT. Also never wrestled there, so maybe she'll be like Dana Brooke. Maybe first ever women's champion, or maybe be the one to be receiving moves. But with Sonya Deville's wrestling style, maybe she will be the one dominating over there in NXT. But don't forget, Naomi's over there, so Naomi might be the top favorite in that women's division. Going to SmackDown. Oh my god. Going to SmackDown is someone from ECW. He's been doing a lot of things in ECW. Going to SmackDown is Sabu. Sabu. Going to Rome. Going to Raw is another cruiserweight for them, Mark Andrews. But he would do good. He might be a U.S. champion material, but most likely he might be going to the cruiserweight tournament. And if he fails, maybe he will have a number one contenders match for the U.S. title. Nothing fine, boy, and then make you free. Going to NXT. Going to NXT. Someone from TNA. Suicide. Going to NXT. There he is. NXT. Me, now. Going to SmackDown. Going to SmackDown. Trish Stratus. Going wrong. Going to Raw. Paige. Paige might be the top favorite on Raw because she might take that Raw Women's Championship and start dominating. But it might be like an upcoming superstar to that show, and she might take it. Going to NXT. Going to, oh my god. Going to NXT. It's taking its time. Going to NXT, Maria Kanellis. Going to SmackDown. Going to SmackDown, Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream. He could have been a good fit for Raw because they have the US title. He could have won that US title. He could have been a United States champion, but now he can go for the Intercontinental title. Okay. Going to Raw. Going to Raw is Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne is going to Raw. Okay, then we find Shane Thorne's name. Going to NXT. Going back to NXT because they used to be in NXT and then they were drafted up to the main roster. But it's a good fitting for him. Going back to NXT, Elias. Going to SmackDown. Going to SmackDown also from EWF. CJ. There's CJ. Going to Raw. Going to Raw. The Street Profits. The only reason it's like delayed. So it finishes and then tells me a couple of minutes later. So going to Raw. The Street Profits. Na, 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 Guys, I'll be right back with part 2 because I need to go take a shower. I'll be right back.